Way. Hi, everybody. It is Brown and Mr. Brown Lions. That is me. Hope you're doing very well, folks. What's today's date? It's a Sunday. Domingo. Sunday, the 15th of June, or is it? We know when it is. In the year of our Lord, 2025. I am Brune, and I trust each and every one of you is doing really good. It is Father's Day. Happy Father's Day, everybody. Happy Father's Day. A very problematic day of the year, especially if you're a white male. Very problematic. But anyway, shall we get some guests on? Let's do it. Okay. First up, old polar bear smoking a cigar himself. It is Ista Phobos.
Hey
Yo.
there. Hey, chat. Happy Father's Day,
All right.
everybody. To all the fathers and people with fathers, wish you all the best today.
How you doing?
I am doing well. And it is important to point out I am a baby polar bear because I need that puppy cuteness to smooth out my rough edges.
How have you... I cracked this joke last week. Was it the week before? I'm going to crack it again. How's the global warming this week?
In Atlanta, it's fucking warm as shit. I'll say that. I've been hiding out in the freezer section of the local grocery store.
Okay, that's everybody's vacation sorted. Atlanta, everybody. Okay, it's great to have you on, mate.
We have a lot to offer, and we're the
Good.
home of we're the home of Yollywood, the next Hollywood.
If I had a passport, I'd probably come and see you. But anyway, shall we get?
Yes, we should.
Thank you. Shall we get the next guest on? Okay. Bit short this evening, folks. Invites were sent. But anyway. Look who it is, everybody. The channel's very own astromech droid. It is.
Hello.
Hello, you're right.
Yes, I'm doing fine.
Happy Father's Day, mate. I know you're a daddy.
Oh well, thank you. Yeah, I almost changed my avatar to Bella Ramsey so that we could celebrate. Everyone's Hollywood's favorite father, right? Because I'm gonna be a dad. Oh, but then I decided I wasn't gonna punish everyone with that. So you're welcome.
Cheers,
and
mate.
Happy Father's Day to all the other fathers out there.
God, Bella Ramsey, fuck's sake.
Yeah, Brown, I'm going to send you an image.
Okay, well, I'm not. I can't show it on my computer blow up. But anyway.
Oh, really?
Yes. Prof, it is great to have you on, my mate.
Good to be here. Who else we got?
A question coming in. Look, sorry, I've got to do this. This is very important. Okay, Dr. Iceman wrenched. Hello, Doc. Isn't Father's Day sexist?
No.
At the moment,
because
there's
also a Mother's Day, and there's only those two things possible.
Is it breeding person or
no?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's mothers and fathers
at the moment. But anyway,
yeah,
it's great to have you on, mate. Shall we get the last for now?
Oh, we should. Yes.
Okay. Shall we? Yeah. Yeah, I think we should, shouldn't we? Or should we just keep him waiting?
Is it shooty?
Not this week.
Well, who is it then?
How dare you? How dare you? How dare you? Oh, let's do this. It is old Misery himself, the amazing, fantastic, Pac-Man himself. It is the Mega Geek.
Hello.
It's shit.
Hello. Well, we'll see, right?
Yeah.
All right. Since Bex isn't here, I want to point out the thumbnail. David Cornsweat looking very handsome, but maybe with a dash of soy in that thumbnail.
Yeah, I hear it's. I saw the latest trailer and I heard the quip from Superman. I'm like, that's Star-Lord. That's not Superman. What's
What
going
was the
on there?
clip?
Something about when he's stuck in a hole and the guy says, "Stop mucking around," whatever, and he has this quip.
Stop mucking
and
around.
It's just like what Star-Lord would say. So I'm like, we're going to have a Star-Lord Superman, for God's sake. So we'll see anyway. I hope it's good.
There you go. This I do like. Bear with me. Chat moved up. Boom ring. MJuke84 Ranch World Sport. I thought that was Brune. That's me on the thumbnail. I wished.
Yeah, that's not way masculine enough to be brown.
Speaking of Brune, thanks for coming on in. Thank you, mate.
That's all right.
We had the second unofficial meetup yesterday of the channel, Mr. Brown Lions.
Yeah.
Do you know who I met?
Was it
me.
Shooty?
No.
Greta, wasn't it? It was Greta.
How dare you? No, I think she's still on that plane going back to wherever.
Uh-huh.
It was Ruin Man Baby. Can you believe it?
Oh.
Do you know what? I know what he looks like, right? And his voice does suit his face. It really does.
I was very surprised. He's only 5'2".
Really? Is he small? Nah.
Yeah, I thought it was a big lad. He's tiny. Do you want to see the photographs, everybody? Me meeting Ruin yesterday. He was gigging, you see, locally. So I thought, okay, I met the effort. Shall we have a look? Here you go.
Oh, sure.
This is Ruin and I.
Oh, Superman.
Oh,
That
sorry.
looks a lot like David Cornswell. I gotta say.
StreamYards, I'm beginning to hate you now. Really, I'm beginning to hate you, StreamYards. That's me on the right, everybody. That's Ruin on the left. There you go.
Was that the name of that pub called the Roundhead and the Crown?
It was called the Roundhead. How did you know? It was.
I know some pub names. There's usually a crown or some head and shit. So it's a suspicious amount of round-headed folk.
You know, Dr. Iceman Reg, prison chain. It does. He's a lovely Roundhead is Ruin. But anyway, shall we get on with it? Yes. StreamYards, sort your shit out. It's getting annoying now. Here you go. Wankers. Yes, pair of wankers. Okay. 286, everybody. Musings. Today's date, which is June 15th. Was it June? I don't know. Please like, share, subscribe. Yeah, I thought we were getting ahead with the subs. The other day, there was a nice little pickup. I thought, oh, nice. We're getting there. And then they've all gone again. I think we've lost 8 or 10 this week. God knows what's happening. I think your YouTube is automatically unsubbing people, I think. But anyway, okay.
YouTube is screwing everyone.
If you're in a doom loop, like what this channel is, and I will say, folks, again, you guys are keeping this going. It's demoralizing. But anyway, I know my lot in life.
I'll say it again. The people running YouTube don't entirely know how it works anymore.
They're literally 3 different creators that I follow have had fights with YouTube this week. So Adam, one of them, but then a few others as well. That people that I know, creators that they're having ridiculous issues, and some of them are just ditching and going to the green app. So, yep.
Asham Prism Wrench. Hello, my friend. Did the subs you bought expire, Broom? Maybe I should go down that avenue of buying. No, but anyway, okay. It's just demoralizing, folks.
Yeah, I think Franco hit it on the head there. That's because they don't have a choice.
Here you go, Franco Walker, Ranch. Love Franco. YT has put AI in charge of too much. It is. It's just. I genuinely think the AI doesn't know what to do with this channel because we're just mainly pure live stream. And I think once you're in a doom loop of going down, it just doesn't know.
Well, it's mostly straight white men. I think that's what they don't know how to do with that channel.
Punchable face ranged. A lot of Brune subs have been. Oh, do you know? I'd take that at this stage with what's coming in the UK. I'd take one for the team. Cheers, Punch. I'll take one for the team. Okay, let's get on with this. Ba-da-ba-ba. Okay, so 20 years ago, an icon took flight. Happy anniversary to Batman Begins.
Actually, I thought it was really cool when it came out, except for the third act. I mean, I still enjoy it way more than the other ones. I mean, it sort of set the tone for this new take on superheroes, really.
Yeah. It was. Yeah, I kind of agree with you. I think the first couple of acts much better than the last. I enjoyed some of the performances. Some of the actors really got into their parts. But yeah, the third act. Oh boy.
You go, Mega Spider-Man wrenched. Sorry, just rewatched Batman Begins yesterday. Still pure class. Look who it is, everybody. It's Z3PO.
Murder drugs.
Can we do? Can we do spoilers?
Yeah, it's an old film.
Batman? Yes, spoilers, everybody. If you've not watched Batman Begins, sorry, you're
all right.
20 years. Sorry, we'll do better next time. Swear to me.
I honestly, like, it took me a few minutes, when I'm watching it, but I first watched this movie. My son was like 7 years old, and they're in the monastery, and he's like, "That's Ra's al Ghul," and my son, like, instantly, he's like, "That's really Ra's al Ghul, isn't it?" Like, wasn't even fooled for half a second, and I'm like, I was fooled for a couple of minutes, like. So I just realized I didn't realize how either my son's brilliant, and he kind of is, but I sort of think speaks more to the movie than my kid.
I don't know. When I saw it, I thought it was okay. I didn't think it was as good as the Burton version. The one thing I really hated about this film is his costume. His costume sucked. Why would you give him a mask when he can't turn his head, for God's sakes? That's the kind of things that piss me off. All that money, and they couldn't figure out how to turn his head with that fucking mask on his head. It's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous.
How is the plot point they're resolved in the next movie?
I know, because they're stupid and didn't solve it in the first movie. Do you know what I mean, Z? It's ridiculous.
Well, he was just starting out.
Doesn't matter. The costume
teething problems.
Yeah, but in the comics, he didn't have that problem, did he? Do you know what I mean? It's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous.
I liked when he gave him some acid type things. They were a bit trippy. I like that. That was good.
It made me realize that Cillian Murphy is one of the creepiest people on the whole planet.
I hate it when they try to make someone look young by giving them a fringe. It's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Yeah,
that's half the women over 40, man. What do you mean?
It's ridiculous. But it was okay. It was okay. The movie was okay. I just thought the costume sucked, and I loved what's his name who played Commissioner Gordon. Perfect Commissioner Gordon. He's
Gary
white.
Oldman.
He's white. That's all I can say.
Yeah.
And he looks like the comics. He looks like the Commissioner Gordon in the comics,
That's not really fair, man. Gary Oldman is perfect in almost everything he does. You're not going to top him.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
Michael Caine is one of the best Alfreds.
He is. Yes,
yeah.
he is. He definitely is.
What was the line that Michael Caine says?
Which one? In this one?
I don't know what
the only line I remember in this one is when that thing fell on him. He said, all those push-ups and you can't get up. Some nonsense like that. Do you remember that? That's the only one I remember in this film.
Master Wayne, I used to change your diapers.
Yeah, he's very good.
That was a horrible accent. Sorry, I apologize to the world for that.
A ruby the size of a tangerine.
That's the one.
Yeah, tangerine.
Tangerine.
Here you go. I think we've been corrected. Ashton Prison Ranged. That's Sir Gary Oldman to you.
Oh,
Yes,
indeed. It took long enough, but indeed, Ashton, indeed.
Didn't you get the memo?
That's great. I also like the Batmobile in this. Absolutely awesome. Fantastic.
Did it lose its wheel on the M1 motorway? So-
Yeah,
I loved when it,
Tumbler.
yeah, when it
Tumbler.
went over the roofs. It
Yeah,
was like
the tumbler.
fantastic. Yeah,
Mm.
it's
Oh.
absolutely great.
Okay,
Great stuff.
I didn't love that part so much.
No?
They that's kind of why I like the Burton stuff. They kept more of the fantasy fantastical element, which I think most comic books need. It's some people say this iteration of Batman was just too grounded and it didn't have enough room for that superhero magic.
Well, that was the fantasy element where it literally came off the bridge and it rolled on the roof. That's the fancy element of it. Yes, he was trying to keep it grounded, but he also had the fancy element in there as well. But it was kept to a minimum. Do you know what I mean? It wasn't like the Matt Reeves version where there was no fantastical stuff in that at all, and Batman was stupid. Do you know what I mean? So this I think this is a good version. I still think the Burton one just kind of is slightly better than this one, I think. But anyway,
And
that's just my
certainly
opinion.
the Burton one had atmospherics that were just unbeatable
Yeah.
in terms of
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
I will say
the 4-ton vehicle rolling around on the roofs of buildings. That took me out of it. I didn't buy it at all. I didn't like that, and I
loved
also
it.
didn't like the complete BS microwave weapon at the end. That makes
yeah,
no damn
yeah.
sense.
Yeah.
I think the guy who does John Wick could do a good Batman. He has just the right amount of fantasy in the early John Wick movies.
Yeah, I guess. But yeah, I mean, it was a good first try. That's what I thought. And the second one was better.
Yeah.
The third one wasn't very good at all, in my opinion. But you know,
Yeah, it had a lot of
fell off a cliff.
I know
story issues.
I know the third one gets a lot of crap, but I really enjoyed it. One of the things I liked most about it was sort of the more fluid Batman fight choreography and movement. And honestly, Nicole Kidman has never looked better than she did in that movie. Damn. She was doing the whole Kim Basinger, LA Confidential thing, rocking that look. I realize it's not a great movie, but I did really enjoy it.
you're talking about the other Batman rather
Yeah, I
than
like
this
how we talk
Batman.
about the other one.
Yeah, exactly.
No,
Go right, Ross.
Let's talk about the other Batman.
The Val Kilmer one, the third one.
Yeah. Well, I was talking about this one. I think this one. One of the things that this one did was broaden the actual locations. Like obviously they shot in a real city. I don't remember where they shot, but it looks wider.
Most of this was shot in London, I think, in Docklands.
Yeah, some
Yeah.
of it was. Yeah. In
Yeah,
fact,
Ian-
one of it was shot on in Battersea Power Station. I think the second one there, the Battersea Power Station shot.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, carry on. Sorry.
No, Ian, you said the third one wasn't very good. That's why I was commenting. I didn't mind the third one so much, in spite of all of its problems. But
Yeah. Mhm.
yeah, it had more realistic locations, but it also lost some atmosphere. I feel like that
Yeah.
the Burton had just nailed.
Yeah. Burton had that kind of gothic thing about Batman, didn't he? This was kind of Batman in the dark. This one wasn't it? Didn't have the
and
gothic thing going on about it. Yeah.
I'm sorry, Christian Bale's voice is laughable. That's
It
why,
is a
like,
bit. Yeah.
Is this true? Amelia Bedelia Ranchler, Nicole Kidman, peace standing up. Is that true?
Don't know.
Never watched it.
Ooh.
Man, I haven't either. She looked gorgeous in that film, though.
well,
Yeah.
that's how she gets a good stream going. I guess I don't know.
Ha ha.
Okay. Have we done with Batman then? 20th happy anniversary Batman.
Why? I don't understand why there's so many anniversaries. Is the entertainment so bad that they have to?
It's been a dead.
Yeah,
It's
Yeah.
been quiet this week. It's been really, really quiet this week.
Well, and they have to celebrate when movies were still good. In another 20 years, they ain't going to be celebrating the 20th anniversary of anything.
That's true.
It's the 20th
Yes.
anniversary of the Marvels. Hooray!
We'll be hearing, if I'm still alive, 40 years ago today, Batman begun
20 years
40
ago.
years ago
20.
today. If we're here in 20
20.
years.
Wow.
That's if we're here in 20 years,
It'll be 40 years. Yes.
it'll be 40 years is my
Are you
point.
telling people to catch us on the rerun in 20 years?
Yes. If YouTube's still going.
In that case, 40 years. Yeah, I remember watching this.
Yeah. YouTube will be all AI content by then. It'll just...
What do you mean will be? I thought that's what it was yesterday.
Well,
Oh my God. Like,
that
if
mean... Look on, I interrupted you. Carry on. Sorry, Matt.
No, if I get one more recommendation in my thing that's just those fake stories, AI read the story of the guy in his HOA association, or Pam Bondi in court, showing the judge. I keep getting like half of my recommendations are these fake story channels, and it's very irritating.
It must be irritating for Price as well. His comment section is always filled with people saying, "Are you an AI?"
Yeah.
He quite clearly
we know him. He is.
Yeah, it's not.
MGK84 Wrench World Sport Brown me will be. I wished if we go back in time, perhaps. Is AI content? Is it programming?
It's getting there. Like, I guess not many people get those things like I do. I didn't seem to catch a lot of, oh yeah, I know those things, they're awful. But
I see them every now and then, and you do get the. I see more, the like the news commentary channels where they're like, here's the news story, and then it's very clearly just an AI voice reading you some story it saw on a
garbage,
out of a magazine or something.
Yeah.
But,
do you know what I hate though is when you're on Instagram and you see these adverts for pills and stuff like that, and somebody's talking, but you can tell that the person's voice is dubbed over because you can see the mouth is not connecting with the voice.
Oh yeah,
and they think they can fool you, and sometimes they get famous people and you can tell they're not saying what they're saying. It's ridiculous,
Here you go, folks. Fat Lubber Wrench. Fats. AI Bigfoot cooking show is awesome.
It is. I saw there's a big Bigfoot a couple of videos out there that's
Sasquatch.
really funny. Yeah, it's really funny. Yeah.
There was a hilarious one where they had the Bigfoot was in LA over the last week, and it was hilarious. Yeah.
Okay.
I just want to see really young, hot chicks, drunk as hell, half naked, screaming at the policeman who pulled them over. Like, my needs are simple.
Yeah, we can watch
Trying to
that
get
free.
out of a DUI.
They're making that content for you for free.
Oh yeah, no AI needed.
40 years ago today, everybody, Batman begun. Okay.
Oh God, this is going to be a stream about what happened 12 or 10 years ago.
Man of Steel released 32 years ago today.
And I was never so disappointed in all my life after watching this film.
Yeah. I'm going to join you, Mega Geek. It's shit.
I walked out of the theater after the tornado scene.
Fucking hyped for this when it was coming out.
Tell that to Zod Snap Neck.
Yeah,
I was a little curious why we were watching. What's his name? The Australian. God, I'm boomering.
Russell Crowe.
Yeah. Why am I watching Russell Crowe pod racing for 45 minutes in the beginning of a fucking Superman movie? And then he lets his dad die, and I'm like, fuck.
I always remember when I was watching this, and they were doing, it was the first act when they were on Krypton. I just thought the acting was appalling, and I always remember that. That was just, I just thought, Christ, this is appalling acting.
You know what, right? What's really sad about it, they had the perfect Superman, and he is great after Christopher Reeves. Right, he was brilliant. His costume wasn't too bad, although the trunks were missing apart.
Did the training for it as well, so he had the correct...
Yep.
But what was disappointing about it was that the screenplay was shit. The idea behind Superman was shit. Right, the effects was too effects driven. And the whole thing fell apart because of the screenplay.
Oh yeah, the story was dreadful. I was watching. I did not go to the theaters to see this. I was already. Someone else had seen it and said, "Don't bother." And so I just waited for HBO. So I did sit and watch the whole thing when it hit cable. And man, I was glad I didn't bother paying for a ticket because when that thing was over, I thought that was the worst take on Superman I had ever seen in my life. That was just awful. It was grim and dark and gray and oh God, I really hate this movie. I really hate this movie.
You're not supposed to hope Krypton is destroyed. You're thinking, oh man, that's an awesome place. It's a shame it blew up. This Krypton, oh my God, that place is a hellhole. I can't wait for it to blow up. You're not
What are you
supposed
going
to
to say, Z?
You're not supposed to be rooting against Krypton.
I actually quite enjoyed the movie right up until the point that they did the wholesale destruction of Metropolis.
I hated that.
And I just that just didn't gel with me at all. And then Superman killing Zod at the end, fuck off.
You know what, right? What's
Zimmer was
interesting about it is that at least this Superman acted like had the tone of everything of Superman, but unfortunately, I would say again, the screenplay was shit, right? What and also his cape. That he would trip over that thing. You know it's CGI, right? Yeah, we know it's CGI.
Yeah.
He would trip. It's so long. He would trip over it.
Was it genuine CGI?
Yes, it was. And do you know what was interesting is that it's funny how we can see it, right? Even if like Z or me were making a film, we would question it. We'd go, "Why is that cape so long?" Yet these fuckers who made this film, right? And they got paid, right? Didn't see this. They must be as stupid as hell.
Or they're big fans of Todd McFarlane's Spawn. But honestly, I mean, the cape is the least of this film's issues.
One of them. Yeah.
And you know, it only got worse. Did anybody watch that show Krypton?
Yep.
No.
Oh my God.
And also, right, why would you pick that woman to play Lois Lane? Why? She's not right at all. Anyone can see she's not right. And also,
Amy Adams.
Why didn't they tell her to lose a bit of weight, for God's sake? Why didn't they do that?
From the hip, everybody. From the hip.
Like, what? Do you know what I mean? It's ridiculous, isn't it? When you think about it, it's so ridiculous. These people got paid top dollar to make this film. How many mistakes did they make in this film?
Massive.
Yeah, Amy Adams isn't a bad actress, but I think
she's a good
actress. Just like Julia Garner. They decided she was going to be in the movie before they even decided what role she was going to have.
Here you go, Ian. Look who it is, everybody. Vex Electronica. Hi, Vex. Wrenched. Shouting. Ian, that is a wild statement.
Oh, she knows I love her. So.
How long have you known?
I don't care.
It's a terrible film.
It is.
It's awful.
I think I've only seen it twice. I rewatched it probably during lockdown. It was a lot better on the second viewing. I could probably forgive the first act. It's maybe I was just in the wrong mindset when maybe I expected too much. When you expect too much, you're always disappointed.
I kind of Superman.
Yeah.
I tell you what,
I enjoyed it on the rewatch, but the third act is unforgivable.
I tell you what, guys, right? I can actually tell you what you were thinking when you're watching that film because millions and millions of people, when I watched this film, thought the same thing. One, why did he fight those guys in the middle of town? In Superman 2, right? He didn't want to get civilians to get hurt, so he flew away so that they can chase him, right? Why didn't he do that? Second, so we were thinking that when we were watching the film. Second, right, is why did he let his dad die?
Yes.
The whole point of Superman is that no matter how powerful he was, he could not save his dad, which grounded him, right? That was the whole point in the original story.
Yeah.
And in this version,
easy.
In this version, he doesn't save his dad, and his dad just lets himself be killed.
Yeah.
He doesn't even try to save his life. He just, no, it's okay. I'm just going to let the tornado hit me. It's fine.
Another thing, right? Why on earth would you make yourself visible? Remember that bit where the bus is falling and the kid goes and why would you your dad say, look, keep it out, in the shadows. You know what I mean?
The backstory stuff of him growing up is what the movie needed.
Needed more
of that, and there was none of it. And it was come on, that's what we want.
I know, and also when he kills Zod, everyone in the cinema is thinking, Superman doesn't kill people. What's this all about? Do you know what I mean? These things we can think, but yet the fuckers that are getting paid all this money couldn't see it. What is wrong with them? You know?
Vex Electronica Ranch at Miss Brown Alliance. That's me. Mega Geek. That's you in. Isn't at all getting what I was thinking accurate.
Well, never mind.
Okay.
Well,
You
we know
remember-
the only thing that mattered to Vex was the star
How
of the
hot he
film.
was.
That's
Do you know?
the
you
hot
know,
man.
You know the shot when he's kind of running up in the back garden, looking at somebody's shirt to try and wear it.
Yeah.
You know, fucking carpet carrier. That's what you need. Yeah.
That's when
Amazing.
Vex blew up when she saw him without his shirt. That's when Vex
Cavill embraced it. He put all the work.
They
He
did. Yeah.
spent all the hours in the gym.
He wouldn't
just
take
got-
steroids for the role.
Just got totally fucking let down.
Also,
and the
my
Clark Kent character was non-existent as well. Was ridiculous. So ridiculous. Sorry. Go ahead.
yeah, my Superman will, regardless of how assholish the trucker is, he's not going to destroy his $200,000 rig and take away the man's livelihood and ability to feed his family. Like
Yeah.
that's what I would have done with the truck. But Superman's supposed to be better than me. Like,
That was a really petty act.
Yep.
yeah.
And you know what the worst thing is as well? Do you remember Black Adam?
Yes.
When we got teased right at the end and we went,
Yep.
fucking yes. Yes.
But that's the thing, you see. It started off on a really bad note. For Zack. It was terrible. That Superman movie was absolutely awful. It really was. And the second one was even worse. The Batman versus Superman thing.
I do like the
And it's
4-hour mega cut
it's-
though of
It's like the execs,
Sorry.
right? Did the execs didn't they not read the script? Didn't they not hire someone that's a huge fan of Superman to read the
No.
script? That's how stupid they are. They're spending money. It's if I was spending that amount of money, I'd be pissed. Looking
None
at
of
that
these
film.
Hollywood execs read the scripts anymore. They haven't for decades. They have assistants that get paid dick to sit around and read these things all day and then tell them whether they thought it was worthwhile or not. They're one of these Hollywood executives wouldn't waste 5 minutes actually reading a script.
Yeah.
And if they did, they're too stupid to know whether it was a good script or not. So what's the point?
Those assistants are all the DEI woke ones that are the gatekeepers to all the information that goes up the chain from there in those companies.
Yeah.
But anyway,
Yeah.
They're the reason that guys were going for interviews and were fielding questions like, why is Batman problematic? I was like, Batman's awesome. He's not problematic. Okay, thank you for your time.
Also, another thing, right? You're watching the film and you just want to see Superman fly, but all you're seeing is a little dot on the screen moving as fast as the speed of light, and you're like, "What the fuck, man? What?
gone.
Yeah, ridiculous."
Just ultimately, folks, Cavill was fantastic. Just a massive
Let down by
miss
the story.
Yeah, and if you
in all of the films. Yeah.
if you felt teased, imagine how Henry Cavill felt, because they told him he was going to be Superman, and then a month later they're like, "See ya."
Just a crowd pleaser. Yeah. By the way, I've got some super chats. Should we do some super chats?
All of them but Melvin's.
Yeah, I was thinking of waiting until maybe 2 weeks on Never. Okay, let's do Melvin's then. Melvin's deeply of Wrench, World of Sport, Shireland. 2 poons. Z, that's you, Z. Tell us the time Headland touched your PP.
Well, I was in this lesbian bar.
Making
And she was standing
videos.
over the other side. I bought her a drink. And she
Excellent.
copped a feel.
Well, that's when she was normal, I guess.
I guess. Maybe I switched her over to the
Now
other
I'm going to
side.
make some videos.
Oh, that was good right there, man.
I thought you walked into the room.
It's a puppet. Sly Jester wrenched $5. Do you think OnlyFans girls? Ian, you've got an OnlyFans account, haven't you?
Yeah, show my willy a
Buy
lot.
Father's Day cards in bulk. Swap shifts with co-workers so he could have this day with his family. Catch you on the re-rub. Thank you, my friend.
Mm.
Enjoy the re-rub.
Okay. I would
Yes.
imagine that none of those girls have celebrate Father's Day.
Didn't was it Bonnie Blue? Didn't she get kicked off OnlyFans?
Yes, she did.
Indeed.
Although the specific reason was a little vague. She had this sort of petting zoo stunt.
Wow.
All out where she's like locked in a glass or plexiglass cage with some it's basically a transparent glory hole that she was going to have like 1,000 guys come up to, something like that.
Yep.
And OnlyFans like, that's gone too far. I'm like, oh, that's where you draw the line.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Not 100 years ago. Like, it's like our channel, we are empowering women here, and this isn't empowering. I'm like,
no, it's not.
I don't think you're. I think
Never was.
yeah, but I think no father detected there either.
Punchable Face wrenched. Lily Phillips bought 100 Father's Day cards just in case.
Oh, I get it. Yeah,
Very
but
good.
not,
Thinky Man's joke. Yeah.
not for her
We get
father.
that.
That's for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Deplorable. But anyway, shall we move on?
Yeah.
Okay. Fucking hell. There's a lot of reading here now. Fucking hell. Who's good at reading? Because I'm not.
I can do it.
Go on, then.
Variety. James Gunn consulted with Zack Snyder about Superman's red trunks.
This is important, folks.
One of the biggest questions was, were we going to have trunks or were we going not to have trunks? I talked to Zack Snyder, who was like, I tried it a billion different versions with the trunks, and at the end of the day, I tried it even in slow motion, but I just couldn't get there. And I was feeling exactly the same way. Theoretically, I like the idea of trunks because it's the Superman I grew up with. Everyone knows he's alien. He shoots beams out of his eyes. He can blow things down with his breath. He is sort of a terrifying creature. And David Cornsweat saying, but he really likes kids and human beings and people. He really
It's kids.
He wants kids not to be afraid of him. And so that was the thing that made me decide to keep the trunks. Read more here, variety.com/
What? That makes no sense whatsoever.
I think it makes
drugs or something.
I think he's thinking it's a little goofy or maybe, but the trunks were meant to be like, that's how strong men dressed in the 20s, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But the problem is those trunks look like swimming trunks. If you look at Chris Reeves' trunks and you look at this, there's a huge difference between this one and that one. This looks like a cosplay costume. Chris Reeves looks like he just stepped out of a comic.
Alvin.
Hey, if he thinks the bulge is kid friendly, the bulge is
lovely.
Oh well.
Boy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Why consult with Zack Snyder? Why?
Well,
You know what? I think I'm going to enjoy
Superman.
this film. I think this film's going to be enjoyable.
Yeah, I think
it's
it
not,
is. I think
it's not going
fun.
to be the Superman that I want, though. Do you know?
it's
No.
already outselling Fantastic Four, if you can believe that.
Yeah.
That's not hard.
Yeah.
Honestly, though, even if this just seems like a stupid thing to say. Whether it's true or not, he should have said, hey, we wanted to be more faithful, to the old Superman I grew up with. So we decided we were going to do the trunks. Like, what is this bullshit here? This is stupid.
There shouldn't even be an issue with the trunks. That's Superman's costume. It's like taking the ears off Batman. Do you know what I mean? This is a stupid conversation.
Or
This
not
is-
allowing
this is so
Batman to have his neck
stupid.
turning.
Do you know what I mean? It's stupid.
Well, listen, he clearly has trunks here. So how hard could it be when I tried it 1,000 different ways? Well, you didn't try it this way, bitch, because obviously he's got
See,
trunks.
this is perfect. Here we go.
Mm.
Fat lobber wrenched. The wisecracking is going to destroy the tone. Yes,
It is. It's
Yep.
I
Well
saw
done,
the
Fat.
clip. I saw the trailer and I immediately thought that's Star-Lord, that's Superman. That's the way Star-Lord speaks.
Didn't we call this out ages ago? This is
We did,
Guardian
yeah.
of the
Yeah,
Galaxy's
we did,
4.
yeah.
Yeah.
And
pretty much.
when you feel that way, just remember they've already cut out 25 minutes of wisecracking from the original screening.
And by the way, Lois Lane knows he's Superman in the film. So there you go.
Oh, thanks, Ian, for spoiling it. Cheers, mate.
Yeah.
It's in the trailer.
Well,
Take
I
a
hope
look.
so.
I'm
or
guessing she
Not
learns.
necessarily.
She learns he's Superman.
Yeah.
In the first act.
If she doesn't know, then she's cheating on one of them. So, you know.
Because in the trailer, she says to him, what about the glasses? You know, and then I think he says something in reply. So she knows he's Superman. Do you know what I mean? So anyway, I think the whole idea is that Superman has entered into the world where there was heroes before him, superheroes before him, and he's a newbie. I think that's the idea for this film. So there you go.
There you go. Manuel Grell, Wrench. Hello, my friend. Knowing what I know about Gunn, I wouldn't have been surprised if he'd only included the trunk so that someone can sneak up on Superman and pull them down.
Give him a wedgie.
Yeah, I honestly think now that I saw Ballerina, I feel like I'm gonna see the same thing with Lois. Just sort of a real frumpy, sexless character, dressing like a man, kind of swaggering around thing, and not leaning into her sex appeal.
Mog's in, everybody. Hello, Mog. Wrenched. How dare you?
I mean, just look at that picture on the left there. He looks nothing. He looks like a cosplayer. He doesn't look anything.
Saved by a
give
DEI
I give
hire.
up. I give up. All we want is men to be men, women to be women, and a good screenplay and a good movie. That's all we want.
Well,
And women reporters use all of the tools in their toolbox to get the story. And I guarantee you are not going to see her lean into her womanhood to get any kind of story.
Oh, and he's also going to fight for truth, justice, and the human way.
What about the bad humans?
Yeah.
And so much of the marketing seems to be revolving around crypto.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's nauseating. Get rid of the dog.
Oh, they're going to try and sell as many stuffed animals of that dog as they possibly can. Don't you
There's a
worry.
crypto popcorn bucket.
Mhm.
Yeah, I've seen them. There's two.
Why did they name his dog after Bitcoin? That really pisses me off.
Wah, 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 wah.
He's here all day, lads.
He is.
Shall we move on? This is boring me.
Oh no.
Fuck off.
Welcome to more boredom, courtesy of Clark Kent has been Superman for 3 years, once James Gunn's. Don't forget, folks, it's James Gunn's Superman Begins.
He's been Superman his whole life. He only became Clark Kent once he landed.
Oh, yeah, sidestep. Sorry, folks.
Well,
This reminds me of like the World War II propaganda posters. Like,
What's the point in this? What's the point?
but with brighter
Don't know.
Okay.
What's the point of this? Well, we're here trying to entertain the people in the chat.
No,
Slow news day.
They're trying to make this costume look a little bit better in this shot here.
It does
I
look
still think it's
better.
going to look awful, but
The costume looks better. Still don't like the shitty badge.
yep. I don't like the collar on it either.
I just don't like those lines. Why do they keep trying to update the costume, for God's sakes? What's with the lines and the I give in.
Common people wrenched. Dermot O'Leary has a bigger bulge.
Well, they had to make
Austin
it kid friendly.
So I take it this
Yes.
Mark hasn't been Superboy at all.
Don't know.
Oh, I like Caesar. Caesar.
Oh no.
Avatar.
Oh my god.
Z didn't hear my threat earlier.
Oh no. That's
Well, it is
hilarious.
Father's Day.
I'm gonna be a dad.
I'm glad that Down's cat finally had kids.
Yep.
Give him something to fill his life with.
Yeah.
Is it us? Hmm? Is it us? It's not, is it?
As what?
I
Um,
don't know.
oh, Brown, do you have a
Yes.
slide about that Snyder verse quote that has been going around that somebody made? Because I didn't want to bring it up.
Don't
available right now.
Don't know.
Um,
I might
'cause
do. I don't know. I think some Snyder stuff was somewhere.
What's the quote?
it's about the Snyder Bros plan to destroy this movie and call to
Share
action
my
and everything.
screen, Brown.
Okay, I don't think I've got that one, but it's not ornographic, is it, Z?
Nope.
Okay. Just let me do stuff that we didn't have to do before, but StreamYard's new and improved make it more difficult to use. Bear with me, folks. Thank you, StreamYards.
Well, since we were talking about Snyder, yeah.
So this
What's
is
it
it.
saying?
Posted on the Snyder Cut Reddit. Stand up and fight for Snyderverse on July the 11th. So fight for our Snyderverse on the Imposter Superman release day. Here's what we can do to make a difference. Post spoilers everywhere. People are less likely to see or enjoy the movie if it's already spoiled. Leave bad reviews, ratings on review sites. We know for sure gunbots will post fake positive reviews, so we must let people know the truth and balance the bias with realistic scores. And
Without
finally,
seeing the movie.
3.
reserve tickets online, but don't complete the purchase. By selecting and reserving tickets, it gets taken out of the pool for a period of time, which means this has a chance of stopping gunbots from buying tickets. Gunn fired the first shot and killed the Snyderverse. And here is our chance to take the fight back to him. You
Wow.
sad,
Wow.
pathetic wankers.
And like, seriously, grow the fuck up. Is this an adult posting this kind of bullshit?
Yep.
Jesus.
What's interesting is he thinks this is going to work.
Yeah, well, they somehow,
Shit.
these are morons. But you know who actually is responsible for destroying the Snyderverse?
That'd be Snyder.
Snyder, right? With his absolutely awful writing and directing, he is worthless, and all of his movies are terrible. All of the Snyderverse
I don't
movies
know. I like the 3-hour version.
garbage.
The
No, I
4-hour
hate it.
version.
I couldn't even get through it. It was so stupid.
And don't
I
forget
hated
his
that movie.
don't forget his broken cinematic lens that he loves so much.
Yeah,
So,
and we're gonna. You know what? Oh, this shot's kind of stupid. I'm gonna add some more slow mo, so you have to sit and watch it for twice as long. Go away, Snyder. You
300
suck.
was good.
Well,
I wanna
he
tell
didn't
these-
write that. He didn't.
Yeah.
All he did was
That's why it's
direct.
good.
That's it. All he did was direct it.
I want to tell these guys that you
Wow.
have Rebel Moon. You know, aren't you
Oh,
happy
my
enough
God.
with that?
Yeah,
You-
go and love
you-
that.
You
Hours
got like,
of my life I will never
you've got
get
like
back.
4 versions of Rebel Moon, and one like get over it. How long has it been now? These people get a life, for God's sake.
Rust in Peace Wrenched, like the much loved Rebel Moon. Lol.
Yeah, wasn't very good.
But these
I-
people aren't Superman fans. They're Snyder fans.
Wankers.
Hmm.
And Snyder had his chance.
Hey,
He
look
did,
at
yeah.
this. Here you go. Ellen Page Blood Sausage. Hello. Watchmen director's cut is great.
Absolutely
again,
is. It's
He
great.
didn't write it.
No, again,
That's why it's great.
Yeah.
I realized this is what they must mean by the woke right, because these guys are using the same tactics that the woke use that we hate so much.
Here you go, folks. Alex Ashkin, Wrench, Slow Alex, Slow Mo, Grain Harvesting is peak fire, bro.
Hmm.
And then here he comes. Look at it. Come on, people, Wrenched. Dawn of the Dead, 2004.
Yeah, he did a good job on that.
Guess who didn't write that?
Exactly.
Guess who did?
Listen,
James Gunn.
He's
wrote
a,
that
he's a,
Yeah, yeah.
Shit.
he is a
Really?
competent director, but he's not very good at writing.
somebody
No.
asked Gunn, why do you use so much slow motion? And you know what his answer was?
Get fucked.
Because it's cool.
is cool, man.
Like that's a 4th grade answer to why do you keep farting in class?
No, I think my answer was better. Get fucked. Anyway, okay.
now before you move on, I just want one more thing to add. If you could
What?
share my screen.
What? No, oh my god. Okay, bear with me while I do StreamYardy stuff. The new improved StreamYardy shite. Bear with me.
I'll say that Zack Snyder has a single artistic vision, one thing, and it might have fit in a couple of the films he does, but doesn't fit in any of the others.
What's this then, Z?
This is somebody calling out Jason Momoa as a traitor. So you give the middle finger to the fans by accepting that traitor role. He's talking about Lobo. Jason, well, the fans, the true DC fans, are giving you back that same finger, you fucking son of a bitch. Hashtag restore the Snyderverse. Hashtag Zack Snyder. Hashtag fire James Gunn. Hashtag boycott upcoming Supergirl.
So that's not Amber Heard calling him a traitor?
I thought that was the name of the movie, Traitor 2. Traitor 11.
Electric Boogaloo.
Yeah, Traitor 2, Electric Boogaloo, yes.
I don't know how they're going to do Lobo, because Lobo's a very rude character. I don't know how they're going to make that palatable for kids.
Oh, they're going to make him childish and silly, and Supergirl is going to embarrass him at every turn.
Oh, I thought there was going to be a Mrs. Lobo that really takes charge and teaches him how to be.
She's going to emasculate him every opportunity she gets, and he's going to be a moron.
This is a comic book movie, for Christ's sake. What is going on?
I saw a picture of the girl that's playing Supergirl again, and I still think she's wrong. There's something weird looking about her.
Millie Alcock.
Yeah,
apparently.
Because she's she has a strange look to her. I'm not saying she looks bad, but it's unusual, and it doesn't fit for Supergirl. But
Australian is what you're describing, mate.
Lobo is one of those characters that normies I just don't think have normie appeal. Like even comic book fans are sort of divided on Lobo. So
he's a very powerful being, though.
Yeah, but it seems like a very odd choice when you're trying to get your universe going. Don't you go with the big guns?
I don't know. I just think that Supergirl should be really attractive, and this girl that they cast looks a bit weird.
Listen, when people see Lobo on a poster, they're going to think, "Oh my God, BJ and the Bear is back." It's
okay.
Claude Akins.
Mud Crab Wrenched. I kind of cracked this joke in a way. I haven't seen the first Traitor. Is it any good?
It's really amazing because he was in.
Yes, probably.
He was in a TV show, wasn't he? This fella. What is it?
Yeah.
Stargate Atlantis, and a show called See.
Yeah.
SEE. He was also married to Lisa Bonet from The Cosby Show.
Firing from the hip. Ruddy. Her jaw is disgusting, let's be honest. Damn.
I hate to say this, but she just looks weird. But the problem is, I don't find her attractive at all. I think Supergirl should be really attractive, just like Superman is for the women. Supergirl should be for the men, right?
Welcome to body shaming on Mr. Brown.
But they don't want to do that now, do they? They just want to give us any old looking woman.
You know why, don't you?
They don't want to set the ugly people out, I'm guessing.
That as well, and because you wish it, obviously.
Yeah.
It's hard to top Helen Slater. She was just gorgeous. And did I tell you about the time I sat next to Helen Slater at a bar?
Yes.
Okay.
Did you touch her head?
I did meet her at a convention. She's still gorgeous, man. The woman is just she's just got some magnetic aura around her. Smile. She's really nice and beautiful, but that's your competition, man. You have to pick somebody kind of has that all-American look, not some weird squinty-eyed.
By a rad wrenchler, my friend Helen Slater was perfect.
Well, why aren't they casting someone that's quite hot?
Because you wish it how many more times?
I'm just saying that it's ridiculous. Why is Hollywood thinking this way? It doesn't make any sense.
You wish it.
Listen, Sydney Sweeney's a perfect cast for like half of the female superheroes out there.
Oh, her is Power Girl.
Yeah, they need to go find a bunch of actresses that look like her.
Okay, let's move on then. Probably a sidestep. Yeah, so lots of promotion going on this week. So Superman logo appears on Tower Bridge in London, loving the global mountain push.
They must have spent a crap load of money pushing this around the world. Here's hoping they make their money back. That's all I can say.
Ah,
Otherwise, they're screwed.
Mr. Brown, did you know over 50% Americans think that's London Bridge?
Why 50% Americans thick?
Mm.
Yes.
well,
actually, it's
50% of Americans think that that's the Thames.
Yeah, they can't. Well, no, they can't even tell you. They can't even tell you what city the continent of London is in now. Like,
Okay.
Oh my God, it's gotten bad.
okay. Okay. Being serious for a moment here, folks. Punchable face, raged. The S stands for stab. Well done,
R2,
Well
I'd
done,
actually give credit for Thames. Hell, I would give credit for river as opposed to another kind of body of water.
Okay.
Yeah.
Add some grey wrench. Or add some. The S is for shit.
Do you, Ian? Do you think that
Yes.
looks a bit like the Captain Scarlet sign? Remember?
And
Captain
No.
Scarlet?
Mysterions?
No.
Nah.
No.
Yeah, Mr. A bit.
No,
you think?
it looks like
Listen.
it looks like an army embroidered patch I had from the 80s. It's not very good.
I know
It
what you
looks-
mean, Ian. The Spectrum logo.
Yeah,
it
the
loo-
Spectrum logo. A bit.
It looks like an advertisement for a very expensive jewelry shop that I would
No.
have no reason to go to.
Z3PO wrenched Spectrum logo.
Mm. Yeah.
The S is for Slayer.
I thought it was the giant syphilis sign of London.
Simp.
Oh, that's
Okay.
probably good. That's better than syphilis.
Oh.
Nah, don't say that.
Oof. No,
Yeah.
Don't read that. No.
It's only going to take 10 years.
Little bit of
5 years.
politics.
5 years,
Little
bit of politics, bit of politics. Shall we do the New York equivalent?
Go on then.
Look at that, everybody. Look
That's
up.
not phallic.
Superman takes over the Empire State's building.
Why is there a lightsaber on the top?
I was going
Exactly.
to say, you are not supposed to shoot lasers in the sky. It's bad for airplane pilots.
But this
looks
I
like
mean,
the end
how
of
much-
every Marvel movie. The
the
Sky
amount
Laser.
of money they're spending on this is
Oh.
crazy, isn't it?
S
All
is
the shit.
S is for Skybeam.
Sky Laser.
Duh.
Yes. Yep. Skybeam.
The building looks like a cape a little bit. How it's red. It
Yeah,
looks like
yeah,
a cape.
absolutely.
Yeah, quite good.
I've been up on that building.
At least they got the collar right here.
Mm.
Oh, I bet they lose a couple $100 million on this.
You
I
think?
hope not. I want it to be great, but it won't be though. I'm hoping.
The more sneak peeks I see, the less and less I'm convinced this is going to be worthwhile.
Yeah, if they're only 100 or 200 mil shy at the box office, though, they'll be able to make that back through pay 2 and 3 windows, streaming, and merchandise. Like franchise have a little more non-box office options to reclaim money than other movies do.
Do you know what, guys? I was watching. I know this is no lie. I watched Superman the movie again, right, a couple of days ago.
Oh, good for you.
Do
Ian.
you remember that bit where he's talking to Lois Lane and he says, she says, "How fast are you flying?" And he says, "Why don't you come with me and
Sure.
we'll take a look." And the whole thing about Superman in that scene was that he was confident, he was focused, he knew exactly what he stood for, and he knew that Lois Lane fancied him, and he wasn't going to take advantage. He was just going to
Being
be
a gentleman.
a total gentleman about it. And he wasn't cracking jokes. He wasn't trying to be smart. He was just showing her who he was. But in this version, it's like he's Star-Lord. And it just grates with me. I don't know what you guys think. I really think they got the character wrong. Superman is Superman, confident. But
Anyway, look, here we go. Always take a positive. Georgius Rex wrench, my friend. At least it's not a coloured.
rainbow colored, yeah. I don't know. Guys, watch Superman the movie again. Seriously. That's how Superman
yeah.
should be.
There you go, folks. Ian's giving you some homework. Watch Superman the movie.
I think I saw that exact thing on a Phineas and Ferb episode once. Yeah.
But anyway,
R2 gets it.
Yeah. Doofenshmirtz.
Perry the Platypus. You cannot stop my red Skyanator.
Haven't take over the tri-state area.
We have digressed into platypus jokes.
What the
Oh
hell?
my
What the hell?
That can't be real. That has to be.
I think
that
it
has to
is.
be
It's
fake.
got the DC
No.
logo on the bottom corner. I'm sure it is.
That's so stupid.
I'm not eating popcorn out of Superman's
No.
crotch pot.
No, they should turn it around upside down so you have to reach in
Does
through
it,
your legs
bum.
to get to the
Does
crotch.
it dispense chocolate sauce from its rear?
Hot butter from the front.
Hmm. There's something sexual about this.
Yeah,
There you go. Mine
talk
will
about-
growl wrenched. Vex will get 3.
It's the 4-finger bucket right here. There you
Yeah.
Why? This would not
Oh,
be
look, there's
allowed. If
everybody.
you went back a couple of years ago, would it?
George Galloway's in. S stands for.
Oh no, it's crazy, right? This is ridiculous.
Well, you know, let's admit it, lads. If this was Sydney Sweeney's boobs,
Yes,
we'd all want
exactly.
one.
Double helpings. Yeah, I think this for the 3D presentation as well. I don't know if it's genuine or not. It might be. It's the internet. That's my get out
No.
of jail.
I've actually seen the popcorn buckets for this. The different ones that are going to be out there.
Yeah, it's
so,
not this one. It's not this
Yeah.
one. Yeah, I've seen them all.
Yeah.
I've never
There's-
seen this one though.
The AMC one I think is going to be the crypto bucket, or no, the AMC one is going to be a Daily Planet newspaper. A newspaper machine. So it's the box you buy the newspaper out of, the newspaper vending machine, on the street. It's going to be like that, except it has crypto plastered all over it. And then I think is it Regal Cinemas that's doing 2 different ones. It's doing one that looks like a crypto holding a popcorn bag. And then they have a second one that they're selling that is literally a dog bowl. It's a crypto
Yes, we
dog
saw that
bowl
one, yeah.
that they're selling as a popcorn bucket. So those are the ones that I've seen. There's another just generic looking one that just looks like just
A
says-
Super
has,
Chat.
has the Superman logo on it.
At least your date gets some practice in reaching down into your shorts.
Okay, quick super chat then. Peter Pidrack. Hi, Peter. $5. Hello, my friend. I'm glad I could catch you guys live today. Kind of need some good geek talk. Some
Yeah,
good
so we
geek-
have to
We've not
apologize
any
for
yet.
that. Exactly.
Well, mate, working on it.
yeah, it's ridiculous. Oh my god, why?
Yes.
Why?
Yeah. Vex Electronica wrenched. Whoa. That is super all bucket.
God almighty.
Vex would love one of those in the Cavill brand.
Mm.
Yeah.
Move along.
Anyway.
This is boring.
Okay, let's move it. It's just kind of a sidestep. We mentioned this briefly on Wednesday. Who saw this? The Galactus popcorn bucket for the Fantastic Four First Steps costs $80. One of the most expensive popcorn buckets ever.
No, thank you. No, thank you.
That's
You can keep it.
absurd.
No.
You can keep it
Why is
Yeah.
it so expensive? Does it come with a flashlight attachment?
because they know the film's not going to make any money. That's why.
Yeah, that's going to be part of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Also,
think
it's
the-
apparently enormous. It's like really tall and huge, and it lights up. So yeah.
I think the mouth is rubberized as well. So if you're that way inclined, you can.
Mm. Wouldn't it be a huge surprise to all of us if Fantastic
Yeah.
Four made more money than Superman?
I heard
That would
Pedro
be
already
odd.
bought 4 of these.
God, this is going to be shit, isn't it?
Yep.
It is. It is going to be awful.
So if you buy the
Silence.
Superman shorts popcorn bucket, lean Galactus back, and then you have Superman sit on the Galactus popcorn bucket. I'm just thinking,
Mm. Z, are you available, please, my friend?
I most certainly am. Common People wrenched for 1669 while sick. Well, I hope you got better, mate. I had a half awake, half asleep dream with two famous actors, one more famous than the other. I can only remember the lesser of the two. His name, Pedro Pascal. I'm blaming you, bastards.
Sorry.
Well,
We
he's in
didn't hire
everything.
the guy. Yeah, but we didn't hire him.
He's
Yeah.
in your dreams.
I think we should get Common People on soon. Common People is coming on this channel soon again, folks.
Yes.
Yeah.
Must have.
Okay, shall we move on from...
Yes, please.
What's this?
A hashtag Deadpool and hashtag X-Men team-up movies in early development, says Ryan Reynolds.
That won't
Source,
work.
Hollywood Reporter.
That won't work. It won't work because
Why?
because Deadpool's a comedy and it's like a rude comedy. And if you're going to introduce the X-Men with him, how's that gonna make the X-Men seem? Do you know what I mean? X-Men need to stand up on its own without this without
Gimmick.
Deadpool.
And
Yeah,
haven't all of the Deadpool movies been team ups with X-Men?
Pretty
Well,
much.
not the real X-Men. Yeah.
Oh,
Not the real ones.
Colossus?
fact.
Yeah, well, Colossus
Yeah.
wasn't in the original films, was he? I
Negasonic
think he was
Teenage
a bit.
Warhead.
Oh, God.
Wolverine.
Wow.
Yeah.
Vex Electronica wrenched. I wonder if this DP movie will have more subtle jokes about people his wife hits on and sued.
Maybe.
Double penetration.
Damn.
Yeah, Disney could get dragged into this mess to the point where, they might want to keep their distance from this for a while. I don't know. But
as long
also,
as they don't. Sorry, go ahead. Go ahead.
no, they said that not Greta Thunberg,
Okay.
Bella Ramsey is up for a major MCU role.
Oh, for
Huge
And,
Jackman's back in training, by the way, this week. You see that?
do you know what? Right, it should be her and that woman from Wicked. Then that will definitely kill the audience.
Yeah, Cynthia
That
Erivo.
killed. That's a planetary killer. That is them
Yeah.
two together.
That's a movie studio. Like, they really think like Cynthia Erivo, like Wicked, super popular. Everyone loves
Perfect
her.
woke.
They have no idea how much their fans hate these two actresses.
Cynthia Erivo, pure woke, pure green. Yeah.
I think
Sorry.
Marvel's in trouble.
Killed it.
Marvel's in trouble.
Oh,
Marvel
said it.
cannot crawl out of the hole they've dug themselves. They can't. But it's just too late now.
Yeah.
Whatever
Yeah,
they come
oh.
up with, it's going to be too late.
Yeah.
She is woke in its final form. That's what you said, Mr. Brown, right?
Yeah.
She's
Pure.
like-
It's just pure woke. The
The MCU is dead. They just haven't realized it yet.
there were-
At this point, it's just gross abuse of a corpse. It's
Yeah. Yep.
there was a great little short TikTok where a guy was making fun of all the wokeness, and he said Cynthia Reeve, he did an imitation of her, and he's like, non-binary people are simply more, and he's like, yeah, more asshole, more idiot, more like,
okay. So at this stage, then, folks, are we saying Marvel is dead?
Well, it's not quite dead, but
Is it resting?
well, it's not. It's hard to say, really. You know what? If they bring out 3 films and they really bomb hard, then that's when I'll say it's dead. But I still think it's got a little life
okay.
on it,
yeah.
just a little.
By the
Okay.
end of the year, they will have had 3 films, all 3 of them in a row bomb.
Okay,
By the end of the
so
year.
but
who's
wait,
in? Go on.
the era of the $1 billion MCU film is dead, but they still make money. Like even the movies that bombed, if they had cost $90 million, they would have been hits.
Yeah, but that's the problem.
Yeah.
None of them did. None of them cost $90 million. Even they spent supposedly only 180 on Thunderbolt. I don't believe it, but only 180, and they still didn't make their money back. They're
But
dead.
Shun the
They're done.
Unavoidable. Marvel's not dead. It's just pining for the no. You,
Pining for the fields.
yeah.
But there is a viable audience out there still for their product. It's not as big as they want, but if they
Okay.
can start tailoring the movies. just
So
saying.
DC, what position are they in at the moment then?
They're putting all their hopes in Superman.
Yeah.
And if Superman doesn't perform well, then everything from this moment on, they're going to have to think twice about doing.
Did,
know it.
If Superman's a failure, they're screwed.
did
They are. It's 4th and 10 with 2 minutes on the clock on their own 40-yard line. That's exactly what position.
Yeah.
they're in.
DC never really insulted the audience, though, did they, with their films? They just made shit films.
Yeah,
Well, I would say that's an
Yeah.
insult.
Yeah,
It's the Snyder Bros that insult the audience.
Yeah.
slightly different with what Marvel did. Marvel just started
Yeah,
insulting us.
I think there's more goodwill out there for
DC.
Warner Brothers for DC.
Yeah.
Absolutely, yes.
Mm.
Look, even people said, well, I don't know about the Thunderbolts. Everyone said, it was a good movie. It's still bombed. I think with DC, if they can make a
saw
good
it.
movie, the fans are more inclined to show up for them than Marvel.
I think
I
the-
eventually saw the Thunderbolts and I thought it was shit.
Yeah, I did too. I'm just
Surprise.
saying,
Yeah.
but
do you know, can I just say, it just popped in here. I think obviously DC made shit films. Yeah.
Mm.
The only real mistake I think DC made that insulted the audience a bit was when they teased Cavill coming back. That pissed a lot of people off, that did.
I tell you what, right? The reason why the Marvel films worked was because when they started off, they were an independent studio. They didn't have, no one was trying to control them. They knew what they had to do to actually make those things come alive. It's only when Disney took over, that's when shit started hitting the fan. But
Yeah.
with DC, right, the difference between DC and Marvel, when they started off, DC was it's a corporate entity. So they were always going to get stuff wrong because the people at the top don't know fuck with anything.
They don't.
So they're
well,
always going to slam against a brick wall, always.
I
And that's
will
what
say,
happened.
I agree with Punchable. They should release the Batgirl movie. Yeah, that would make a ton of money. That would.
I don't know if it would make enough to cover for the tax break they're getting by shelving it, though. I really don't.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. You remember what you said about The Flash, don't you, Brown?
Fantastic movie.
Yeah,
Amazing movie. I loved it. Every second of it.
I think DC it did insult its fans, just by putting all this woke stuff in their movies, but they didn't outright attack them like Marvel did. They
No.
didn't
But
go out of their way to denigrate their own fan base.
What I'm saying is that the reason why Marvel survived for so long because they started off and the majority of their films were independent.
Mm.
And
Yeah,
plus the people
yeah.
that were running
Yeah.
it, they knew exactly what they were doing and they
Yeah.
knew what they had to do to make those films successful.
Exactly.
yeah.
And
That
was
it's
DC,
all
right?
algorithm.
That was when Ike Perlmutter was still around.
Yeah, it always takes Disney about 5 years to break whatever they buy.
Mm.
Once Ike Perlmutter left, everything went to hell. Well, left once he was canned.
Yeah,
essentially.
they scrapped the Marvel Creative Committee, which kept some semblance of sanity in the story as well.
Okay, is this true? Chun the Unavoidable. DC doesn't have much of a fan base.
Yeah, they do. They have a huge
Yeah,
fan
they
base.
absolutely do.
Some
Yeah.
of their characters do. Superman, Batman, yes,
Wonder Woman.
Even Wonder Woman, yeah.
but as
Wonder
as a
Woman.
universe, it's much smaller than the Marvel fan base.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Lobo doesn't have that big of a fan base.
Yeah.
Okay. Shall we move on then? Yes.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
God.
let's move on again, please.
We're at the bin already.
We've gone from DC to the other one. Exclusive.
You know- Go on,
Talking.
go ahead. Go on. No, go for it. Go.
Talking. No, go on in. Go on. Save us from
I
the
was just
shite.
about.
Go on.
I was just about to say, right? There are millions of beautiful black women out there, and they chose this girl.
Yeah, look, here
I'm
you go.
sorry.
NPC person straight in there as you were saying it.
I'm sorry. I'm
Yeah,
sorry. Why?
Yeah,
Oh, you bigots.
because they had her stand next to Cynthia Erivo and said, "Oh, she's the pretty one."
Just seriously, why? Why are they doing this? Don't they understand that sex sells? No matter what universe, what year
No,
you're in, from
no,
the
they
50s to the 60s to the 40s, straight across, sex sells.
no,
What is
they
wrong with these
actually
people?
It's been a while.
they don't know that, and they looked at the parent analytics saying that young kids these days aren't interested in sex, and they think, okay, this is their way to get young people in.
Okay,
By
apparently
putting
John
sexless,
Campier
ugly
hated
women
this
in.
as well. Okay. Exclusive hashtag Ironheart star Dominique Thorne says that she has not heard of any discussions from hashtag Marvel Studios regarding a potential season 2.
Because they
Wow.
know nobody's going to be watching it.
No, and this
Right.
finished filming in November 2022.
Yeah, it's been
You know,
around for
and-
ages.
They sat on it for 2.5 years. I think they would have told you if you're coming back, love.
Yeah, I'm surprised she probably hadn't heard any discussion regarding a potential season 1.
Oh, I don't know. It's ridiculous, isn't it?
Are they all dropping it in one lump?
It's 3 episodes and then 3 more, I think.
One thing is consistent in Hollywood, right? And every film in around the entire world is that sex sells. From the what you call it, the movies of the 40s to the 20s, right across the board, sex sells. If you've got a good looking woman in there, chances are people are going to want to see those good looking, and men too. But
Yes.
yet, what are they doing? I don't understand
Ian,
the
they
concept
don't-
behind this.
They don't believe it's true, and they don't want it to be true. And
Apparently,
if anything,
Pornhub is popular, Ian.
There's no, there's
That's
you
what
know,
we're saying.
that is true. That is
there
absolutely
are
It is true.
there are studies that have come out that says younger people are less interested in sex, but not like they don't want to see any of it in their movies. Like when you actually have romantic movies where the lead male and female, they don't even kiss at the end of the movie, but they do this head touching or
Headbutt.
nose.
You go,
Yeah.
Georgius Rex wrenched 3 episodes and then one. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm surprised they're not dumping the whole thing, man, because they just want this to come and go with as little
Common
mention.
people wrenched. Sex sells. Mega Geek. Sex Icon 2025.
You know, as I said, if you just got to look at the film noirs as
Oh,
well,
yes.
every woman in the film noir with Humphrey
Yeah, yeah.
Bogart, they're all hot, all of
No,
them. Do you know what I mean? It's
Just look at
ridiculous.
the Sydney Sweeney soap. You know, that's
Yeah.
all. It's sold out in like 30 seconds, and they're selling the
I don't
bars
know
for
if-
$1,600 on eBay. Now.
I don't know if you guys have seen Sam Spade, which stars Humphrey Bogart. There's a scene in it where he's following someone because he's a private detective. Then he decides to hide because it starts raining. He decides to hide in a library. And when he goes in the library, there's this woman. Oh no, it was a bookstore. This is woman selling
What?
books, and she's hot. Do you know what I mean? It could have been an old fart in there, but it wasn't. It was this really gorgeous looking woman. So even then, they realised that sex sells. You know what I
There you
mean?
go, folks. There's some soups. Franco Walker wrenched 2 poons. Hello, Franco. Sexy women aren't allowed in films anymore. They're not.
Why?
Upsets the ugly ones.
It's a stupid idea.
Obviously.
You want to make money, do the right thing. Give the audience what they want. Yeah.
Peter-
You remember those assistants that
Cheers,
we're talking
Franco.
about? Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, go on. I don't
I'll-
remember. Go on.
All of those people in middle management, the assistants, the young people, they're the ones that are advising, the higher ups that make the decisions. And they're telling them, oh, no, nobody wants to see sex anymore. It really doesn't sell anymore. And they're believing it. And that's why
Jesus.
they don't want it to be true. And so they're acting like it isn't.
Peter Pidrak, $2. Hi, Peter. Wee, ugh.
I mean, why didn't they cast someone that was really good looking? I don't understand. Well, I do understand. I'm just
Okay.
making a point.
Mega Spider-Man wrenched €5. Hello there to all. What do you think of James Cameron's Titanic?
I was disappointed there wasn't a sequel.
I like Titanic. It always goes down very well in my house. Favorite Liam Neeson film, plus why that?
Well, I'll say for Titanic, I prefer the original to the remake. So I
Night to Remember,
prefer
yeah.
A Night to Remember.
Really good movie.
That's a fantastic film and very historically accurate.
It is very good, actually. You're
And
right.
for Liam Neeson, he's had a lot of really good films, but I would have to say Schindler's List is probably my favorite of all of his films.
If you're talking about enjoyment, I would go for Taken.
Yeah,
Taken was so enjoyable.
Yeah,
it was
Schindler's
silly.
List was hits differently than Taken. Yes,
it does.
Yeah,
it's still a fantastic,
A-Team.
Yeah.
very moving film. Yeah.
Schindler's
80s.
List is not quite the thrill ride that Taken
No,
is.
no, it
Yes,
is not.
I will say.
It is not.
Z?
I don't know. I think it's going to be Taken. I've not really watched many Liam Neeson movies. He's not really been a draw for me.
What about the first Star Wars?
He's a bit like a budget Sean Connery.
Oh, okay.
He is a bit, yeah.
I'm on that bombshell. Okay.
Excalibur.
You
Go way back for
Naked
young
Gun,
Liam
whatever
Neeson.
on the way.
yeah, you didn't ask me.
Oh, sorry. Go on, Esther. Sorry, mate.
I don't think much about Titanic. I just don't. I mean, it was a
Bit
big
of a
deal when
downer for you, is it?
well, I was sort of in the industry when they were making it. I was involved in 3D software and stuff. So it was just, they were over budget, they were late, there was a lot of drama going on. No, it's just I think they were at first, and you remember the original posters, it was built. If you cut the Celine Dion crap out, I think it's a good solid movie.
I love that song.
So, but I think my favorite Liam Neeson movie is Rob Roy.
That's a good film. I enjoyed that.
Just excellent sword play. Tim Roth is one of my favorite actors, and
Yeah, it was an enjoyable
just
movie.
really good. It's like it's got the gravitas of Schindler's List with the excitement of Taken,
Yeah, it's a good film.
and the hygiene of Monty Python's Life of Brian.
Let's move on then.
Uh-huh.
Hashtag Avengers Doomsday and Dune, or is it June 3, will now release the same day in 2026. Dunes, or is it June's Day?
I think
Problematic, isn't it?
I don't think Dune 3 is going to make as much money as the last two. I think Doomsday is going to make money, but not as much as they think it's going to make. That's what I think.
Didn't Villeneuve already disinvolve himself with the sequel? Like he's like no longer attached to.
Isn't he? It's a new one on me.
I read something there. I can look it up while you're discussing. But
I don't know what's going on.
Are they trying to turn this into a Barbenheimer thing, or is they?
Yeah.
Just
I think they are. They're not doing a very good job though.
they really don't understand like synergy and virality. They don't get it. They think they can just smash any two words together and make it go viral.
They're going to try and stick 2 3-hour movies together and think you're going to go see both of them together on the same day.
Here you go. Obi-Wan Darkside Wrenched. What a spoiler, my friend. Dune, or is it June 3, already feels disappointing. Shooting it this summer, aren't they?
Yeah. The thing is, though, it's too long to wait. I mean, because people that like the last two, they're going to wait how long for it? Their interest will be waned before this turns up. Do you
Bruce
know what I mean?
waned.
So, yeah. So it might spoil it. It might spoil the momentum.
Yeah. So we're talking next, not this coming December, the next December.
Exactly.
For both of these.
Okay, I got some clarity on that. He's going to be leaving after this movie.
Yeah, I thought he was
Dune
doing the
Messiah.
trilogy. Yeah.
Right, but he's setting up some stuff before, and I think he's going to bring some people in to continue. But he also said the third film will be a separate entity, not a trilogy conclusion, which it makes sense since they veered so far off from the books now. I'm not sure where they're going to go with this.
I've got a feeling also that Dune is probably going to get pushed back.
Yeah. Actually, I know exactly where they're going to go with this, and it's going to be full on girl boss women ruling the universe thing.
Oh,
That's
get
where they're
in,
going to
just
go
what you
with
want for
it.
Christmas, yes.
Yeah. It's going to be Alia and Chani and the old Empress Shaddam. What's her name? Yeah. It's going to be all about the. It's going to be all about the women's.
Oh well, never mind.
Oh well, never mind. It's fucked, everybody. Let's move. Move on.
Ooh, what's this?
Willem Dafoe is the top choice to play Scrooge in a new Christmas Carol movie. Robert Eggers is reportedly directing via.
Oh, I'm there. I love.
Yeah, I'm up for that.
Dafoe.
Yeah,
I'm up for it.
I'd
Definitely.
watch that.
Yeah,
No question.
good director, great actor.
Eggers,
Love it.
Defoe, yeah.
I don't think we need another adaptation of Christmas Carol, but I'll
No.
be there for this one. Like, yeah, I mean, can you imagine Green Goblin as Scrooge? Like him just stalking the room.
He's gotten better as an actor as well. I mean, when he first started out, all they did was cast him as villains. But somebody along the line, they realized he was a good actor. So he's had some really great, terrific roles, and I do appreciate him. So I'll definitely be there if you're going to be playing Scrooge.
Gavin Blackburn Ranch. Hello, Gavin. You'll never beat Muppets Christmas.
No, that is the best one.
No, it is. Yeah, no question. You're not going to beat it, dude.
And following up a close second, Scrooged.
Not Brian Wrenched. Broom, that's me, can play Scrooge easily. Oh, cheers, Brian. Appreciate that. Thank you. Okay, I think I killed that one, but anyway. Okay.
Okay, you know.
Shall we move on? That's
Next.
promising, isn't it? That is. Okay.
Yes, looks
Yeah,
very promising.
Yeah, it's promising.
Although I
Okay.
hate that they used a shot from that awful CGI version that they made.
Well, I don't know. I quite like the CGI version
Oh.
with Kerry. It was all right, decent
Yeah, it was
For its time.
okay.
for its
Yeah.
time. Okay. Oh God, can we be bothered with Bryce Dallas Howard? Gets honest about box office flops like Argyle and The Lady in the Water. You can always see it coming while you're making it. I've never been shocked when something doesn't work, but I'm just an actor. You're there to serve a director's vision. If a movie doesn't turn out the way that you envisaged, you can barely feel disappointed because it's not yours. You're not the person who's building the thing.
Well, do you know what? It would have helped if you lost some weight for that role.
I was
And
waiting
then-
for Ian's diet comment. I was
Welcome
just
to-
waiting.
Body
No,
shaming.
But
on
listen,
this
it's
night.
not. Look, it's not an attack on her, right? Why is it? Why
I'm staying out
okay.
of this.
Okay, why is it that men have to go to the gym and pump up and look terrific, and women are excluded from this? It's
Have to
ridiculous.
eat.
Because
Yeah, it's
they're
insane.
already the bestest ever, Ian. Don't you get that?
It's stupid because if women are allowed to look at the male form in a sexual way, why aren't we allowed to look at a female form in a sexual way? Why is it one is good for one and the other isn't good for the
Shoot
other?
Well,
double fucking
because men
standards,
are
Ian.
just
Come on.
men are just meat, and if you look at women, then you're sexist. So
Look,
yeah.
they are starting
Double
on
standards.
the screen so that we can look at them, right? Nobody wants to look at an ugly person playing the lead unless there's a reason for that person to be ugly, right? She's the heroine of this of Argyle, which was a terrible movie. She should look hot, man.
Do you
But
remember
also-
the skating on oil scene in art?
Come on, she sticks 2 knives to her shoes and skates around in
I was
oil.
Yeah,
looking
Come on.
forward to Argyle. I never watched it. Amelia Bedelia Wrenched. It was bait and switch. Cavill was in it for a few
Yeah.
minutes.
Yeah,
Who
like
did-
5 seconds.
Who did they get to be the stunt cankles for that scene? I mean, I was impressed, man. Those were some sturdy
Okay.
fucking pylons.
Again, right. This is the same person that complained about running in high heels in a Jurassic Park movie, right? Am I right?
Yeah.
She-
Don't know.
Yes.
Right? What? Look, women wear high heels. Do you know what I mean? It's ridiculous to think that to complain about
So does
it. Do you
Dylan
know what I mean?
Mulvaney. Gap After Dark, nice pussy. Women are meat too. Laughing.
It's not that. It's like you've got to look your best in a movie. Why do you want to look frumpy in a movie if the film is
Frumpy.
if it's not realistic? If the film's not realistic and it's fantasy, of course men are going to be attracted to the main female in the film, and we want
Brown,
them to
go
look
up one.
good, right? Why is that wrong?
I'm
I
going up
don't
one.
understand why that's wrong.
Sulaju's comment. Yeah.
Go on,
this
read
is-
it while you're
says
there.
it all. They want the male gaze, not the male gaze. And that's perfect. You
Fabulous.
nailed it.
It's ridiculous, right? As I said, go back to the 40s when women were happy to be looked at as beautiful.
Objectified. Yes.
As beautiful, right? I don't know if I
Because
want to
they're
use that
amazing.
word.
Yeah, they're
I
amazing.
want to see Bryce Dallas looking the best she can be when I'm watching a movie. What's wrong with that? Do you know what I mean? It's not like why is it bad? Somebody explain that to me. Why is it
Don't
bad that I
know.
can look at a woman and think she's gorgeous?
Because it upsets
Because
the
you're
ugly ones
You're
who never get looked at.
objectifying. You can't objectify women, Ian. That's a hate crime. You are keeping people from having their lives saved.
But but if you objectify a woman, right, and you attempt to chat them up, that's how people get together.
Oh,
Right?
not anymore.
Men don't chat up women
it's
unless they're
strictly
good looking,
contracts.
right?
Side
Makes
effect,
no
legend,
sense.
god, deity, whatever you want to call him, wrenched. I'd still give her the worst 15 seconds of her life.
And she's a really attractive
3
woman. You can
times,
see,
wow.
you can see the girl's attractive. Do you know what I mean? I just don't.
Yeah, she's got the
understand,
look. Yeah, I'll agree with that.
You know,
She doesn't really like some women can handle the extra weight, like Tyra
Oh,
Banks, or she doesn't really handle it very well.
No,
Sorry.
some people just hit the wall hard.
Yeah, so she was. I mean, is that even her in the second photo there?
I think so.
Yeah, that's not happening again.
Wow,
I'm
ego.
just saying, you know, it's just ridiculous, isn't it? When you think about it, ridiculous.
Bob Smith, 9866. Ian channeling Aaron Spelling. Wow.
They knew exactly what makes people watch TV and watch movies. It's all about the good-looking men, good-looking women. That's what it's about.
Have you heard
part of
Paul
it.
Chatto?
Yeah.
You know who he is?
Yes.
Yeah, we've had him on here a few times.
Yeah, yeah. So he has a story where he was, they were casting a TV show, and this is like the 80s, and they bring in a bunch of guys, just guys in the office, accounting, whatever, and they're like, they show them pictures. They say, "Who's the most fuckable out of these?" And then they brought the women in, and they showed them pictures of men and said, "Who's the most fuckable?" I mean, it was just, and that's the guy in the business. That's exactly how they used to do it.
There you go. And on that bombshell, let's move on.
Can I not say that word?
You said it.
Too late.
Oh, here we go.
Oh God.
Okay, let's move on then.
Yeah, seriously, what the fuck, man?
Okay, so live action How to Train Your Dragon remake debuts with an A on cinema score. Same grade as the animated. I'm assuming nobody's watched this.
No,
I've seen
not
it.
yet.
No.
I have.
Have you?
Yep.
Oh, is it good? I liked the look of it on the trailers, what I saw at the cinema. Yes?
It's
No?
yeah, it's not a bad movie. So I have my opinion, and then I have one of my children's opinion, who this is one of their favorite movies of all time.
Wow.
They were very upset at the changes in dialogue that made it a little less emotionally sincere for them. Particularly they weren't happy with the way they altered Stoic and Hiccup's relationship.
Yes.
It's not as quite as heartfelt as the original.
The blonde girl, right?
And man,
Yeah.
they really leaned into girl boss up Astrid. Like, oh my God, they introduced her as the bestest ever, girl or woman, the best Viking savior of it. Like, man, they really girl bossed her up, but she still sort of follows the same arc. And, she ends up, spoilers, she basically has the same arc, but there's definitely some DEI in here that kept like raising my eyebrows. You know, like they have. Let's just say you don't look at the cast and think Vikings. But man, the dragons were amazing. Like the CGI, Marvel should take a lesson. It looked beautiful. It looked gorgeous, but there was something about it that just didn't. Something about it for me. Like I loved the dragons, and the guy who played Hiccup, the main character, dude, he was awesome. I see big things in that kid's future. But there was something about the way the dragons and the people sort of integrated into the real world landscape. It just felt a little off to me. Now it didn't feel that way to my
is this true? Was Mog in it? Mog, were you in this movie? The chat's saying you were in it. Is that true? Okay,
I'm not sure which I'm not sure which Mog were. But overall, yeah, man, it's going to do well. It'll make some money. It didn't need to exist. I doubt anybody, when they're like, hey, let's watch How to Train Your Dragon, they're not going to say which one. They're going to go back to the original.
Yeah, and if this is going to be a success, you know they're just going to do more and more of them, aren't they? You're going to end up with a live-action Shrek before you know it.
Oh, I think they're already.
I'm sure that's
already in process.
There you go, Mog wrenched. Yes, played Tough Nut.
He plays Tough Nut. Yep.
Well done, Mog. Good lad.
Confirmed.
Yeah, I didn't. I found most of the other kid actors pretty annoying in this one. And granted, their characters are supposed to be somewhat annoying, but this movie just lacks the charm and sincerity of the original. There's a kind of real wholesomeness that you don't get in the live action version. I don't imagine many people wanting to revisit this movie versus the animated. I could be wrong.
Was it needed, the remake?
And there is definitely a lot of intersectionality. Bella Ramsey could have played one of the dragons, especially the one with the
like a potato-shaped one.
Yeah, the one with the massive, bumpy, rocky face. Yeah, but yeah, I mean, it was solid.
DreamWorks, wasn't it? DreamWorks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The answer is none of these remakes are necessary, especially if you're just going to do a shot-for-shot remake, except make it CGI with actors. It's
now
there's no Snow White at its moments.
Now, I will say the final dragon, the Red Death, was pretty epic. It's like when the dragons were there, it was amazing to see, and some of the stuff with the humans. But when they combine the humans with the dragons, it just didn't. It always felt a little bit off. But the ending.
Here you go. Binara Rad. Tough question. Here you go, wrenched. What point of this?
I would imagine about $500 million.
Yeah. Money. Yeah. Money is the only point.
Okay. Let's move on then. Oh God,
yes.
Okay.
Jesus.
Go on, Z. Do you want to read? Could you possibly read this, please? Because I can't read.
Of course.
Thank you, mate.
Piers Brosnan breaks down his divisive Irish accent in Mobland. My Irish accent is such a soft brogue, and I wanted a Kerry accent. My old man, Tom Brosnan, came from Kerry. I didn't know the fella. I spoke with the dialect coach, Brendan Gunn. He said, give me a Kerry accent. And I did. And he showed up, me the work at this Irish politician, and more or less in the space of 20 minutes, I just drove in with this kind of rather biting, crazy Kerry accent, like some fucking pig farmer.
Common people, give me back my...
Well, why didn't he just use his original accent? Why didn't he just use his own accent? Why?
Too Americanized.
He thought it was too soft.
I see.
I'll say this: the results speak for themselves.
Oh, potato, they do.
He had an Irish accent in that film with Jackie Chan. Anybody see that one? He was playing a politician in that as well. Mm-hmm. I think it was called Foreign something. But yeah, his accent was okay. It's really bad in this, is it?
I didn't think so, but
Oh, that's
Ian
not bad. It's
should have
just
gone
very
the full
different.
Ian Paisley. Ian Paisley.
Mm.
Moving on.
I
Sorry.
do like him though. I like Piers. Piers is a great actor. There's
He
good
is.
stuff as well. Yeah.
I did like him in Mobland as well.
Yeah, very good.
So good.
Mm.
Anyway,
He should play an
okay.
older Bond. He should play an older
Oh,
Bond.
Yeah,
That was
chat.
great.
If you haven't seen Moblin, go see it. It's a real banger.
Well, say, Mr. Bezos, I know you're watching. I know you're a regular. I'll say this again, Mr. Bezos. Piers Brosnan, getting back. One more Bond film, senior Bond, billion guaranteed.
Do you know? Do you know? Just talking about this, you know, there's a fan edit out there which is selling on Blu-ray of Never Say Never Again, and these fan people have actually taken the film and put the circles in the beginning and took the music out and put about John Barry's music in there
Oh
and
wow!
re-edited the film, and apparently it's so much better than the original. Apparently, so they even did a CGI of him when he walks in the gun barrel thing, and they put his
Oh
head
wow!
on. Yeah, it looks really good actually. I've seen clips, and it's actually on sale as a Blu-ray. So I'm going to try and seek that out.
Wow.
I've got to see that version. Yeah.
Did they CGI out Craig? Because that's the only way the movie's going to work for me.
Craig.
Yeah, no, never say
Daniel-
never again.
Never
the
say never
Connery.
again.
Oh,
the Sean
sorry,
Connery.
sorry.
Never say yeah, with Sean
Sorry.
Connery. Yeah, they literally redid
Yeah.
it and to
Oh,
make it look
okay.
like an
And
Eon
I'll-
production. Yeah.
Yeah, they didn't cast Kim Basinger in that movie because she was so ugly. I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
I've got to get that though, because I liked the movie, itself, but it definitely felt weird not having your typical Bond accoutrements
Absolutely.
to go along with it.
Yeah. They even did the opening credits, like the James Bond film with the girls dancing and shot pictures of Sean Connery and stuff like that. It looks terrific. In fact, I got to seek it out. I've got to see if I can. Anybody say sailing the seven seas and it's on there, please let me know because it looks terrific.
Okay.
One
will say-
Bond only.
I will say, folks, again, if you've not watched Mobland, get yourself a 7-day free trial, Paramount. Binge it. It's really good. Okay. Let's move on then. I kind of missed this when it was on, but I've watched this Landman this week. God, it's really good.
And
how many seasons are there?
That was season 1, 10 episodes. They're filming season 2 at the moment. God, it was really good.
fantastic. And zero wokitude.
Yeah.
Like,
That's a good one. Wokitude.
Yeah.
there is some, there's some good stuff in there. There's some hotties in here, plenty of sex. Billy Bob Thornton is just chewing the shit out of the scenery.
So
in
good.
Every single scene.
How old is he? How old is Billy Bob?
69. Yes. Is he 60, 67 or 69? One of the two. I can't remember. See, here you go. Eggs BT. Hello, Eggs. Reg, Will Sport. If Eggs says it's good, it is. Landman was awesome. There you go, folks. Eggs recommending it.
Gotta take a look at it then.
Yeah, up until Mobland, this has been my favorite show for a while now.
Okay. Again, this is on Paramount Plus, everybody. So you
Paramount.
could do a lot worse than getting your free trial this week, 7 days. Landman and Mobland would keep you busy this week. Yeah.
Yeah, you'll know in the first 5 minutes when they drive up to the little coffee booth. I forget what it's called, but
Okay. It's like a cross between Sicario and Dallas.
with a little bit of Married with Children in there.
Yep.
It's
really good.
Yeah, it's
Good.
dead ass serious, but there's such a good sense of humor throughout the whole. And
So
the
it's-
dialogue is amazing. Most of the characters you're very interested in, even the minor ones. Like everybody has their favorite, who's your favorite roughneck? Who's your favorite coffee girl or bar waitress? Dude, the show is.
Oh, I thought you were interested in minors.
What?
What? How's lovely.
You have your favorite minors, on the show.
Yeah, the show didn't what was it, 10 or 12 episodes? Didn't lose my interest for 30 seconds across the entire 10 hours. Man, as soon as it was over, I wanted to watch the next one.
Yeah, Two Fingers Landman. Never heard of it. Yes, it was out. Says there. Look, November 17th. That was last year, folks. I completely missed it at the time. I knew it was on, just never watched it.
It was totally my happy place. This show.
I thoroughly recommend Landman. Yeah, it just sucks you in, doesn't it? With its warmth, shall I say? Yeah.
And for any fans of Ollie Larder from Heroes and Resident Evil, she wears very little clothing in the entire show.
Yeah. There you go, folks. Get your 7-day Paramount Plus free trial, folks. You've got two series to watch then. Okay, let's see what's next. A Doctor Watts animated animated series is in early works. It will be made for preschool audience.
Gee, I wonder why. They should just call it Doctor. They should just call it Doctrination Who. Yeah, I wonder why they're going, for that demographic who can't even really understand the concept of time travel. No, because they can. It's never too early to start confusing children about gender.
No.
That's why they're doing this. There's no other reason.
Gross.
That's exactly why. Dr. Groom. yeah. That's what it is. It's nothing but grooming preschool kids.
Have you noticed how Ian's just silent?
On that
note, I don't want to talk about this shit at all. The Doctor Who does not exist. This kind of Doctor Who does not exist for me. I'm sorry.
I don't blame you.
I'm not going to read this out.
Why isn't this the bin? Is this the bin? Did I miss?
No, there's another one for the bin.
This should be the bin.
Is it Shooty?
Not this week. I think, honestly, Shooty's done for a while, a long time on this channel. Honestly. Hopefully. Anyway. Okay. Nobody then? No. Silence. Stream killer. Okay then. Let's get to some good stuff. The original cut of Star Wars screened for the first time in decades yesterday. Kathleen Kennedy attended so fans wouldn't think it was an illegal screening.
He went to see it.
I know he did.
But the thing is, though, it was introduced by the woman that actually destroyed Star Wars, which is a bit of an irony, really. Let's face it.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah,
that is silence for Star Wars.
I will not suck up for these people. I really wouldn't. If I was there, right, and I'd probably embarrass Keith. I'd have a tomato on me, and I'd probably chuck it at her and walk out. So that's probably what I would do.
Well, I'm sure this was sold out, wasn't it? Don't they get a hint?
Tickets, ballots.
Why don't they let it run for a week or a month? See how much money they can make.
I saw the interviews on Facebook on the BFI page. I'm sure it'll be on if they've got an Instagram or something. But just they were all there just sucking up to KK. Oh, sickening. Yeah.
Absolute rubbish.
So if they were able to screen the original version of the film
in Technicolor,
then they've been lying through their teeth. George lied through his teeth, saying the original cut of this film no longer exists.
No. So basically, the BFI owned that print.
Ah,
so they
okay.
own it.
Yeah,
So
but
it
it-
wasn't like George Lucas.
Yeah,
so
but if George
they
asked to
restored it.
borrow it, they would have let him.
Exactly.
He's claiming it didn't exist at all anyway.
No,
Yeah,
I
know
don't
it was
think-
the BFI print, but
Yeah, I don't think he said it doesn't exist. He said he wouldn't allow it to be screened, the original version.
no, he also did claim that it didn't. When people ask, well, why don't you release it alongside the other version? No, he did. It may not have been at that particular time, but he has before claimed that there isn't one. I would
What?
imagine the Smithsonian has a copy.
No,
Mm.
no, there definitely is one because they cleaned up the original negatives prior to them releasing the special editions.
They did,
Yeah.
yeah.
I didn't say it was a convincing lie. I just said he lied.
Just said it was a lie. Yeah.
Here you go, folks. Punchable face wrench. Catherine Kennedy standing on the shoulders of giants and shitting on their heads.
That's a perfect way to describe it. And I think Mudcrab said the only reason KK was there is so she could claim it was about her.
I think it might get released for the 50th.
Man, we have the best.
They would be dumb not to. KK, swallow a bit of pride, love. You'd be dumb
No,
not to.
They'll
The
have to
original
pay
theater.
George another $4 billion to do it.
I don't care.
And we have the best chat, man. These comments are bangers. Sorry.
Yep.
We do, man. It's like
Stephen John, to my knowledge, this is the first time you fellas have talked.
Yeah.
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 First time ever, mate. Yeah.
Never been fans.
Yeah, channel's nearly 5 years old, mate. First time we've ever spoken. Yeah, you're right, mate. Yep.
It's
Should
as
we
I
go
said,
up?
I watched it. I watched it recently, and it's the original version's really good. It took me back when I first saw Star Wars and stuff. So
It's,
Yeah.
if
it's
they do
fantastic.
release it if they do release it for the 50th, then I'm definitely going to go and see it.
Even if they just did it for a week, it does make a
Yeah.
ton of money.
And for you enterprising people out there in the chat, there are copies available floating around, like the
yes.
specialized edition, the
There's
hyperspace edition.
4K 77 is the gold standard. That's
Definitive
that
version.
is the
yes.
original film. That is literally taken from a 35 millimeter negative, a 4K scan that's been cleaned up and color graded and everything. It's perfection. It's fantastic.
Wow. Okay, I think it's a sidestep. Very sidestep, yes. Okay. George Lucas's first print of the original hashtag Star Wars was publicly screened for the first time in decades. Lucasfilm boss Catherine Kennedy says it's quite remarkable. I'm not even sure there's another one quite like it. It's that rare.
Is he talking about the actual print itself?
They own a copy. What are they talking about?
Again, it's just they're trying to make it sound. Listen, it's special enough as it is. They don't have to lie about it.
John Z, is it John Z? Well, no, it's John Z. Wretched.
Oh.
Z, you haven't aged a bit.
He looks a little silvery there. I don't know. I guess Owen hasn't peed on you enough to get that nice gold color.
Well, pee does actually cause rust, so I don't let him do it very often.
Do you stink of piss?
No.
Does the
That's
oil
what the-
bath?
He's
That's
had an
what the oil baths are for.
Oh, that's why Nicole Kidman has to stand up so she can reach your whole body.
Ian, you didn't go with Keith.
No, I didn't. I didn't know. Keith's part of BAFTA. He gets tickets and stuff like that from them. I'm assuming.
I
So,
invited Keith on this evening. He couldn't make it.
Yeah.
Was this screening open to the public or was it only VIPs? Or
No, it was open to the public. So,
But it was all balloted, so you were lucky to get a ticket.
exactly,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah,
So-
I'm sure it was totally fair how they did the ballots.
Well, it's never fair when it comes to BAFTA and stuff like that, is it? Really? I mean, it's a, it's the elitist stuff, isn't it? So there
Yeah.
you go.
Come on, people. Broom bringing people on house if they smell like piss. You don't get that on FNC. You don't, mate. Okay. Shall we? We've taken far too long on everything. Shall we go then to the bin,
Get in a bit.
Where's the
and then we'll
bin?
save the rest for Wednesday or another time? Okay. Okay. Hashtag get in the bin. Anybody? Any ideas?
It's got
Is
to
it
be shooty.
shooty?
No, not this week. Shooty's been quiet, hasn't he?
Well, it was Greta last week, so it can't
Greta's,
be Greta again.
Greta's free
Can't it?
Israeli sandwich.
Is it Daisy?
Does that have
No.
anything to do with
What?
LA?
Daisy.
Daisy. Why? What's Daisy done?
Daisy. I don't know. She normally does something.
Daisy Ridley.
We had a
No.
bum laugh, didn't we? And yeah.
That wasn't the
so-
bin, though, was it?
Wasn't
See,
it?
they all know. Okay,
Greta
let's just get on with it. Ooh, this was literally breaking as we were on stream last week, weren't
Yes.
we? Who saw this?
Oh yeah.
World record, Greta. How dare you? It's Thunberg, isn't it? Becomes the first hostage victim in history whose kidnappers' only demand is that she leaves.
Yeah.
Yeah, have her back.
Have you seen that photo of her and her sister when they were little kids? Like she had the exact same face when she's like 2 years old. It's that scowling, frowny, scrunched up face. Like she really hasn't changed her entire life.
Apparently, they went on a boat with not a lot of aid. Yeah. And they ate most of it, apparently.
Yeah. They ate more on the trip than they actually brought in aid for the people that they were headed towards, knowing full well they would be intercepted when they arrived because there's been a blockade that's been in place. So they, instead of using their sails, they used a diesel engine to make sure they arrived during the time when they wanted to arrive to get the most press. And of course, they were immediately scooped up. They were they were taken after being processed by the IDF. Were taken into a room where they were shown footage.
Yeah, they
footage.
refused to watch it.
Shown footage of what happened. That
No,
started this most recent conflict.
no. They refused to watch it.
And they refused to watch it. No, they were taken into a room where they were shown it, and they refused to watch it. They covered their eyes or turned away or whatever.
Yeah, if you're refusing to watch, refusing to see the truth is a great.
Yeah, okay.
Wait, but did you hear the real big thing about her companions on the boat?
They're all gay.
No, they are all
Vegans.
registered bad people, even recognized by the European Union as
vegans. No, don't say it, please.
I'm not. No,
Don't get
I'm not going to say
stream
it.
demonetized. This, please don't.
Yeah, like no, it's like they are all on the Claricist watch list.
They're all fucking idiots. Anyway, all of them.
They would not have been allowed. They would not have been allowed to legally travel into the area, much less illegally.
Or anywhere else for that matter.
There you go. Were they gingers?
and they asked her, well, why would you join a group of this kind of bad people? And she's like, well, am I expected to know everything about them? That was her
Do you know what? I'm going to say, Greta, I think you've had your 15 minutes. In fact, you've had your 20 minutes. Greta, just fuck off.
How dare you?
I genuinely just fuck off. Anyway, okay. And I mean, and I'm saying that with love. Greta, just go on. You've really embarrassed yourself. So okay.
This is kind of splashing back on her, though. The fact that she was associating with some very unsavory folk, like even people on her side are a little bit disgusted with it.
Even though she's grown up, Greta, just let the grown-ups get on with it. Okay.
Splashing back on her? Was she trying a Kim Basinger?
Damn.
Never mind. No.
Oh, and her sister. Have you seen her sister?
No, we finished.
She wants to be Miley
Greta's
Cyrus.
finished.
Okay.
Greta's finished.
Okay.
Sorry, mate. She's finished.
We'll do that Wednesday.
Greta's finished, everybody. Okay. And
Emily.
Yours. Why is this in the bin?
No,
it's not in the bin.
It's not in the bin.
Pay attention, Ian.
I'm joking.
50th this week, everybody. This Friday. Jaws.
Good film.
Guns.
One of my favorite films of all time. Great movie.
Great movie.
I think homework, everybody. I think we should watch Jaws this week. What do you reckon?
Well, it's the 4K's come out, isn't it? 4K.
Yes, it
What?
has. I picked that up this
Mm.
summer. I need to watch that again. It's
Yeah.
fantastic.
Pretty.
Yeah, it's come out. Yeah.
Mhm.
You see that
Come
picture
out.
where they took a real picture of the shark in that position, and it looked really weird.
Bob
Well,
Smith.
they put a real shark in that
Yeah.
pose.
Yeah, they took a picture of of a real shark in that pose, and it looked like a. You know what I'm going to say,
willy.
right?
A
Yeah,
willy.
exactly. Yeah.
Robert
Yeah.
Shaw was a monster.
He wasn't a monster. He just didn't like Richard Dreyfuss. He didn't like his methods, the way he acts, because he was a method actor.
Yeah.
And Robert
Yeah.
Shaw kept taking the piss out of him. There was a big feud on the set. In fact, I went to see The Shark Is Not Working, which is a play that was written by Robert Shaw's son, and he plays Robert Shaw in the play, and it's really good. In fact, it's based on what happened to them when they were hanging around, just
Yeah.
waiting for the shark to work. So it was a good play. It was a comedy. It was quite fun. So there you go. Spielberg
50
did a really good job on this film.
50 years. Can you believe it?
Mhm.
It almost drove him crazy, though. Literally drove him insane.
Tell me a good movie, a classic movie where the production went smoothly.
Bad
Day? No.
Oh yeah, see, Common, same thing. Jinx.
What else?
It's almost like the better the movie, the more of a challenge it was, even to get it out at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think there's been a couple of movies that have gone smoothly and became hits.
Predator 2.
Yeah.
Okay. Did I miss this super chat? Help me out. Did I miss this?
Yeah, it looks like it.
Okay. Obi-Wan Darkside, Reg Sport, €5. Bring on Defoe. I'm more excited for this.
Yeah, so am I. Definitely want to see it. Definitely
Okay.
want to see it.
Shall we call it a day then?
It's a day.
It's a
There
day.
Mm.
Okay. It's a day. There he is. Cornballs. Okay. Chat, you are wonderful. Thank you for the interaction, the super chats. Turning up, listening to us old bastards chew the shits, as it were. So, chat, you are wonderful. We will see you next time. Wayfarer's got his gig straight after. It's going to do an auto direct talking the Beatles. Okay. I'm going to thank the guests. My mouse just died. Bear with me. Come on. Mega Geek. Cheers, him.
Yep, no worries.
In fact, my mouse has just died. Okay. Z3PO. Cheers for stepping in, pal.
Thank you for having me on. It's been a pleasure.
Professor R2.
Yes. Good to be here.
Yes.
Good night, all.
Mr. Phobos. Cheers, buddy.
Cheers, chat. Thank you, chat. You are awesome.
Miss Brown Alliance. Cheers, mate. Okay. Are we plugging anything, gents?
Good worms. No.
I'd plug Sydney Sweeney if I had the
No.
opportunity.
Well, I think we all would on
One.
that, but anyway. Okay.
One. Give her one. Come see Price and I on the Night Owl Tuesday and
Okay.
Thursday evenings, 11:45 Eastern.
I don't think we're doing an after party stream, folks. I don't think so. I'll ask the guy. I don't know, but I doubt it. Okay. I think that's it then, folks. Beef's up tomorrow. No idea. I think Trev's on Tuesday. Trev's on Tuesdays now. We're back Wednesday. Mod in Open Bar Thursday. Trev Friday. Don't know. We're back at the weekend. If we don't see you Wednesday. If we don't see you Wednesday, we'll see you next weekend. I'm tripping over my words. Have a great week, everybody. Tally bye. Look after yourselves, everybody. We'll see you next time. Take care, everybody. Have a great week.
Bye.